I'm gonna go eat a slice of pizza, and then we'll come back to do the battery. Alright, we are back. I have had 2 slices of pizza that I ordered for dinner last night. There was the sale at the Domino's, and I got 2 large pizzas for like 15 bucks. And I was like, perfect, that'll be dinner tonight, and dinner tomorrow, and dinner the day after that. It's so good! And now we are ready to focus on building the battery, which should be pretty straightforward. We still have the quarry fixer. I was hoping that we might get deep enough that I could demonstrate how it might work, but we might have to create an artificial scenario for that. But the big battery, again, not necessary. As you can see, it is running off of power raw just fine. But there's a lot of really cool things you can do with the battery. We could limit the amount of output, so we could slow or speed up the quarry based on how much power we let out of the really big battery. We could also have a whole bunch of these running even when the quarry isn't and building up a massive charge. I believe we can even convert RF into, and if we look up conversion, we might find, I mean, obviously we have that, but it can go the other way and converts industrial craft electricity to railcraft charge. I mean, that's not exactly what I was going for. Fact is, I know it can be done somehow, or at least I assume it can be done. So if we wanted to generate a whole bunch of RF and then convert that into EU, theoretically, it's possible. Now, again, I don't see it, but I'm pretty sure it's a thing. So we want to build us a big battery. And I'm thinking we build the big battery right down here where the quarry is. Specifically, though, I think it should be somewhat under the house. So let's get a good night's rest, and then tomorrow we will begin that project. I've been wanting to put a basement on this place anyway, so let's figure out where our center is. So frustratingly, it is not perfectly centered, but I can work with this. This is totally fine. Oh yeah, this place. This is that random hole that was next to our base. I never actually filled it in. Okay, we are now under the house. In fact, I think that right there might be house foundations, so I think we should be 2 blocks under, which is perfect. Hello. How are you? Don't look at me like that. We want this to open up on the quarry so we can see what's going on in the quarry. Alright, well the quarry has been busy and so have I. I made a giant box. I wanted to test something with these doors here to see whether or not we can make our entrance hidden. Very funny game, very funny. Right click to open that door. And then we could have another door here. So these are using the reinforced frame doors. We could probably also, just using the reinforced frame blocks, we could probably use a regular framed door, but these are blast resistant. Okay, yeah, alright. I'm seeing one issue right out the gate, which is that it's very obvious that there's a cavity there, but otherwise, you know, you would never know. It's perfectly subtle. I think I'll probably re-engineer that at a later date, maybe put it 1 block further that direction, because eventually all of this is going to be lined with marble. Anyway, we need to focus now on building ourselves this really cool battery. So let's actually leave this room for now. Oh gosh! No! Get me out! Stop! Stop now! Oh, gee, I do not know what that was all about. You know what would be nice is if we had a way to get down there from up here? Perfect. Wow, that's almost the center of the room as well. Wait a minute, I've had a brilliant idea. So what if we use the reinforced framed trapdoors here? Perfect. And then we could add another one onto the ceiling. We can put a marble inside of it. Oh, now that's the second time I've done that. Will I ever learn? The only issue now is that what happens what happens when I forget which tile it is? I just have to remember it's in front of the second torch to the left of the wall facing away from the window. Perfectly easy to remember thing. But cool, now we've got quick access in and out of there. Now these batteries are multi-block structures and they're quite expensive to manufacture. We're now down below 1 million EMC, but I think we should still be able to manage. Righto though, starting off with the walls. These are big, expensive multi-block structures. We're gonna need a bunch of walls. I don't know how many, so we're gonna build the smallest one that we can right now, and we'll kind of count as we go, and therefore if you folks want to follow along at home, you'll know. But the only issue is that this requires blaze powder, and we don't currently have blaze powder. So we're going to need to build a portal. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rees, you've done that. I have. You're right. I did build a portal. And look what happened to it. Do you think I'm going over there? I don't want to go over there. I'm too nervous to go down there. Because of that. I tell you what, though, folks. I've learned my lesson well, and we are building this next portal very, very far away from our base. We're going to build it on top of this other, more different volcano instead. And I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to make it big. We're going to make it bigger than it needs to be. Why would we do this, you might be wondering? To appease whatever beings are building portals, or are building things around my portals. Maybe if it's a really big one, they'll either be very appreciative and leave me alone, or they'll be very intimidated by its size and also still leave me alone. Either way, I don't care. I just want to go get Blaze Rod and be left alone. Oh? Hi there. Are you affiliated with this place? How did you get here? We got an ender pearl out of that. So all that time we spent hunting in a previous episode was unnecessary. Should we relight that? Oh! It looks like a big pig nose and snout. Okay. Well, we gotta find, and possibly the map will help us on this one, because the map will show us maybe a fortress around here. I don't see a fortress on the map yet, but that's okay. That's okay. We can fly around until we find one. We have plenty of EMC. Oh, there's no mark on the map about. Is this? I guess this is how we get back out of here. I don't know where the other portal is. Wait, this is where we came in before. Oh, I must have built it too close to the other portal. Does that mean when I go through here, I'm going to be in the creepy fortress? All right, we'll just have to move fast. Let's set up a waypoint, and I think all of my waypoints were deleted when we updated the game, so we'll just put a new waypoint. Portal home? And then we can use the skull and crossbones because this actually looks like it may be a large skull. Cool. Boy, this sure beats traveling around here by foot, I'll tell you that much. You can move so fast with this ring just flying around. I feel like I'm inside of the Death Star, and I'm doing a run on the core. Oh! Well, I don't know what a blaze lantern is, but I found blazes. What in the blazes is a blaze lantern, and can I get one? I want this. Give it to me. Oh. Wait, that's just a monster spawner, so that's where they're actually coming from. Well, then what is a blaze lantern? I have to figure that out later. Hey, that's all I needed. Ooh, while we're here, though. Oh, gosh, if we don't burn to death... I brought one cooked pork chop with me. I've made horrible mistakes. Leave me alone. See, I was going to say, let's try to fight that thing. Because if we defeat the ghast and we get a ghast tier, that's one less thing we'll have to come back to the Nether for. But I didn't think to bring food. We're in a pretty bad way. Let's just get out of here. We're going to hope for the best when it comes to going through this portal. I've still got to figure out what a blaze lantern is. I wonder if it's just a lantern built out of blaze rods. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Get me away, get me away, get me away, get me away. Do you think we're fine? Right, home, safe, away from the fortress. How do you make one of these? I think that's literally, it's just a blaze lantern, and it's called that because it's made out of blaze parts. So I assume that means if we place this thing down... First off, are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me right now? So that's how the creepers got in here. But I know darn well... Look, right here, I've got a reinforced frame block, and I know that I put glowstone in it. I know that I did. This is not up for debate. I know because I had this on... Hold on. Does it fade over time? What? You know what's wild is that I can tell where those blocks are because monsters can't spawn on them. Like, here's some right here. So I should have just made my entire floor out of these blocks, I guess. Look at this. Why would the glowstone disappear from the blocks? This is silly and frustrating. And I need it to stop. Put that down there. Okay, well, I think I've got them all back. And I put this down in the middle because I couldn't find that one. But if they go out again, then I'm going to tell you right now, putting glowstone in reinforced blocks, do not recommend it, does not last. So now we can take our blaze rod, we can get EMC out of that. And then here's a question for you. Blaze powder. A rod is worth 1536, and it gives you 2 blaze powder. 2 blaze powder is worth 1536. But, what if you put it through a macerator, and it gave you 3? A little tease for next time, folks. Back to the task at hand, though. We've got our 3 obsidian, our 3 blaze powder, 2 blocks of gold, and a diamond, and that gives us 4 battery walls. We will need more than 4. I don't know exactly how many more. Definitely not a stack. That was silly. 32 is probably overkill as well, but let's be prepared. We will need 1 battery controller. Oh, yeah, we're going to need battery walls for the rest of these recipes, so... We're also going to need to build a redstone lamp, which is vanilla Minecraft, as well as some redstone repeaters and comparators, which are also part of vanilla Minecraft. I'm not really big on the redstone scene. I've never had the mind for it necessarily. So a lot of these recipes, even though they're, super basic, of course everyone knows the repeater and the all that stuff. I don't know them off the top of my head because I never use them unless they're required for a recipe, because I just don't do redstone things. But there we go. Lamp, some battery walls, the comparator, the repeater, blaze powder, redstone, big old block of it. Finally gives us the battery controller. Next, we need the battery power tap, and we will need 2 of those. I see you out there, Mr. Creeper. Don't think you're being sneaky. Yeah, look at me. You look at me, and you understand that I'm not intimidated by you. Mainly because there's a wall between us. Yeah, that's right. You carry on. You get out of here. Don't look at me. Stop. Stop. Go away.
That's a very nice everything you have in there. Be a shame if something were to happen to it.
So this will require a block of graphite to build the power tap, and the block of graphite is you make a block of charcoal and you cook it up. Now, fortunately, the power tap, like everything else, has an EMC value, so we only need to make 1 of them, and then we can EMC ourselves up the second one. Next up, we need a battery electrode, and we will need a minimum of 2 of them, although if you have more, it increases how much power you can input and extract from the battery at any given time. Big old U of graphite with gold blocks. These suckers are expensive, and like I say, we will need 2 of them. So there we go. That's pretty much all the material we're going to need to build the thing. So let's empty out our inventory of all of this excess, and let's talk about what we're going to need next, which is a block of sulfur. Except, we're not actually going to use the block of sulfur in the battery. We need to use it for something else, and I'll show you what I mean. But surely we found some sulfur by now. Uh-oh. Sulfur ore, okay. Yeah. It's most prevalent around Y10 with a 0.1... No! 0.01% chance. And that's the good odds. Them's the good odds. Really? Alternatively, we can build a rock crusher. Rock crushing is what it's called. It's railcraft. It's probably a big multi-block structure. That has a 50% chance of getting one from a blaze rod. Apparently, if you find apatite and you crush it, there's also a 20% chance. Yeah, so this is a 3x2x2 multi-block structure from Railcraft, just called Rock Crusher, which doesn't look particularly difficult to manufacture, except for steel, which requires a blast furnace, which is itself a multi-block structure. I mean, the alternative is we go dig around and try to find sulfur. We're at a bit of an impasse, because we can't build it without this thing. Unfortunately, sulfur has an EMC value, so if I just find a sulfur, theoretically we'll be good to go. Well, this is all very expensive. This is all extremely expensive. Like, that's 344,000 EMC all by itself, so we'll leave all that here. And then, I don't know, is there such a thing as nether sulfur? I think just finding some sulfur ore is going to be our best bet. So, it's got an EMC value, a single sulfur of 32, but there could be more than one per cell. Well, however long this takes... Here I go. You get away from me now. Go away. Shoot. Get out of here. Gosh, this stuff won't light up anymore. I bet you it's lost all its glowstone as well. Which means it's not gonna keep creepers from spawning around here. What the heck? Get away! You get away from there, you absolute monstrosity. I don't even know how you got up here. Go away! Jeez! Oh! Oh, these have gone out as well! Framed blocks! You've betrayed me! We need a new light source, I guess. Comment down below your recommendation for the best light source. So apparently our best bet's to mine at level 10. Which, I mean, maybe there's just some sticking out here already, and we've just never collected it because it didn't seem useful. Also, hi. Be great if you could drop some slime. Thank you. We don't have any of that yet. Don't even know what sulfur would look like if I found it, you know what I mean? I guess here's a note to all of you. Make sure if you see sulfur, you collect it. I guess we'll just start going this way. I mean, okay, that kind of worked out, but not really the way we wanted it to. But, I mean, we're not complaining. The blast furnace! This is Plan C, everyone. We're building a blast furnace, which requires soul sand, nether brick, and a magma cream, or an infernal brick, which we don't have. So let's see what we can do here. Do we even have soul sand? We're gonna have to go back to the nether. Ah, soul sand, flying, totally normal, perfectly fine. Back into the mouth of the weird skull. And then back out of here as quick as we can. Pretty sure I heard something walking around behind us just then. Ooh, I got goosebumps. Now, we didn't get any nether brick while we were in there. That's because I know we can cook that up, and we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So 4 netherrack will render us with 4 nether brick, which can then be assembled after we go ahead and memorize that recipe into nether brick. And then we can take a blaze powder and a slime together to get our magma cream. And then according to this, this is a hollow 3x4x3, which I think means 4 tall. My intention was to create a bunch of them, but they have an EMC value, so maybe a stack. I mean, that's too many. So 3x4x3. Boom. Look at that. So this is how we create steel. But I wonder if we can use regular coal or if we're going to need coal coke. We'll put our steel up there and we'll put our coal in down here, and it's not going to take it. That means we're going to need to build a coke oven. This is just getting more and more complicated. This is like the one small favor quest in RuneScape. Fortunately, this only requires sand and brick. So we get a stack of bricks and combine that with sand to get coal coke oven brick, and that's going to be a 3x3x3 hollow. There we go. So that gives us the ability to create coal coke. So we're going to take our regular coal and we're going to put it over here. And then I think actually we just put coal in there and we wait. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. That's so slow. I'm the type of person who likes to watch the sun rise while I think about the positives. Positives. In the future, we'll need these things. And I'm glad that we have them. I'm also the type of guy who likes to sneak around corners and spy on potential enemies while I think about all the negatives, like how whoever built that built it way faster than I built this, and how if they put their mind to it, they could completely destroy me. Okay, we finally got ourselves a single coal coke. Now, how long that will burn for, I could not tell you. Whether or not one is going to be enough to process this block of iron into a block of steel, I also couldn't tell you that either. All I can tell you is that we really need to get a block of steel. We don't have to do an entire block, by the way. We could just do a single one. In fact, inside of a blast furnace, anything iron could be made into steel. Oh yeah, that wasn't enough. Going to go outside with my pork chops and set myself down over here by the quarry and just be patient. I don't know. Maybe I'll go get another slice of pizza. Dang it, jeez, okay. I was trying to do like a cool time lapse here while I went and had like another slice of pizza, but instead the computer decided to change the window it was focused on, which is unfortunate. That happens for some reason with— oh my gosh, what are you? Why are you in my house? It stopped working again. Never put glowstone in your framed blocks, it's a waste of time. I was gonna start complaining about Pop OS. Oh, really? 7? In that whole time we got 7. You know what? Let's just. Hello? Is this gonna do anything? Hello? 64 seconds. That's a little over a minute. It should give us iron into steel. It looks like it's using one of these. Oh, it worked. I guess the progress bar, I should say, is just slightly broken. Perhaps another coke oven is in order. You know what would be really fun is if we automated that to move the cold coke in by itself. And we can do that with a redstone engine. So this is pretty straightforward. Wooden gears, a piston, glass, and any type of plank. Now, there are other ways of doing this without using an engine that are better, but they require a little bit more setup. And I'm going to be showing you folks how to do that in the future, so just sit tight and be prepared for that. But for right now, we also need to get ourselves a wooden transport pipe. And then we mightn't need a wrench, but then we might need a wrench. You know, it's hard to say which way that might go. So we just plop down our wooden transport pipe, hold down Shift and right-click. And that didn't work. Maybe on the top it would work, though? Oh, wait a minute. No, this is a kinesis pipe. Well, that's why it didn't work. We need the regular wooden transport pipe. Hold down Shift and right-click, and it's set up the way we want it to. So the the inventory you want to pull out of should be on the side with the little red marker. Let's see if it does it automatically over here as well. It did not. So it's going to pull stuff out of here, which is not what we want. So we're going to use the wrench to right-click. Do that, and then we're going to throw these engines underneath, power them with a bit of redstone, which will hopefully not interfere with these things functioning. I don't think that they will. So these will run kind of freely, so long as there's something to move. And that'll keep this operation running, hopefully. They've stopped moving right now. These don't require any sort of fuel. The reason we're not using a bunch of them on the quarry is because they produce so little energy. So this one's going to go, that's going to fire up and start moving it over. Now we would need to get into the world of chipsets and gates and things if we wanted to do this without the engines, which we want to do, but that requires we build an assembly table, put all the parts in it we need, and then blast it with a laser. It's not actually super complicated, it's just not exactly what I had planned for today. Then again, I didn't have this planned for today, so come on, folks, we have time. What else would we be doing? So this is the assembly table. We'll need obsidian, a diamond gear, a diamond, and redstone in order to manufacture it. And we're also going to need a laser. But let's start off with our assembly table. We can plop that down right here, I suppose. Hold on. After we teach it to the system. Next up is the laser. And the laser is one of those things that the more you have, the better. That is to say, the more you have, the faster operations will complete. So we've got our table here, and then a certain number of blocks away, it could be 3, could be 4, I can't quite recall, but it needs to be a certain number of blocks away from the assembly table. You'll need something to power it, like a Stirling engine. So I might have my distances off here a bit, but I think turning that on will do the trick. What we want to build here is something called a pipe pulser, which requires a redstone engine and some iron ingots. I think I actually called the redstone engine a wooden engine before, which, I mean, it is made of wood, but you should know that's not what I meant. And then add 4 of those, select pipe pulsar, and then we want to come over here and power this thing on and see whether or not we did it correctly. Boom! The laser's going. It's doing its thing. It's slowly building it. Again, we could add a second laser if we wanted to, but I think one will do for now. In the meantime, it looks like this is managing quite well. I did notice that our engines are turning red. Now, I don't think they're going to blow up, but they might seize up. I'm going to go ahead and turn them off for a bit and see if they cool down. We have enough now to make a single block of steel ingot. Oh yeah, they're starting to cool off. Well, we're not going to need them much longer anyway, because this is just about finished. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it just flings things into the air when it's done. So there's one of them. We're going to go ahead and do this one, I guess. We'll get rid of the lever and the engine. I like that this pack doesn't quite have the correct textures for when you're breaking things, so it's just pink and black and kind of disgusting looking. But we should be able to right-click this onto there, and then right-click it again to turn it on, and theoretically, that's all it takes. It should automatically extract things out of here. No power required. I do want to be here to see it happen. Oh yeah, there it goes. Jeez, it zoomed through there. Great. Turn that one back on, because I imagine there's at least, yeah, 1 or 2 coal coke in there. And this one should be done. So we'll just go ahead and power that bad boy off. No longer needed, thank you. So, once again, plop that down, right-click it to turn it on. And this should be better automated now. Now, this is going to give us our 1 steel block. But remember, in order to build the rock crusher, we need 1 of these for 4 of these, and this is a 3x2x2 structure. So I'm thinking 3 across the bottom, 2 high, that's 6, and then 2 in depth, that's 12. We're going to get 4 from this, so we need 3 blocks of steel. We've got 1, and then a couple of extra steel ingots, so we're going to be waiting a little bit longer. This whole episode has been Ground Blast Furnace Slag. Don't know what that is. I guess it came out of one of these machines. Oh yeah, it's right down there. That's the Ground Blast Furnace Slag, and it can be used for making a bag of cement! How fun! I'll play your silly little game. Give me my bags of cement. What do I do with them? I know this has nothing to do with the original intention of the episode, but what are we gonna do while we wait on this? I have no better ideas. We have a bit of a hole out here in front of our quarry observation room where we might go ahead and test a bag of cement. So I don't really know how this works. What do I just maybe put down water and then right-click cement on it? What do I do? It says concrete mix on it. Cement and concrete are not the same thing. Oh, we use it in recipes to make either reinforced concrete or concrete ties. I thought maybe we could just, like, put it out in the world and do things with it, but no, apparently not. At least we can turn that in for EMC, because there's nothing else we could do with that stuff until we made something out of it. At this rate, I might as well go back underground and keep looking for sulfur, on the off chance that we just happen upon it while all of this is running up here. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that sulfur in the wild does not exist. The wiki is a lie. It's all a lie. Sulfur doesn't exist. It's all a lie. But we now have 13 of these, which means we're that much closer. Only need 5 more. While we wait on that, now is a good time to talk about how we're going to light up our house, since, well, you know, this is failing rapidly and making me quite sad. The one on the roof seems to be, no, there's some dim spots. What are other alternatives? An inverted white lamp is well, it's a lamp, but the inverted part refers to the fact that instead of needing a redstone signal to turn on, it would need a redstone signal to turn off. That is to say, it's on all the time by itself. The question here would be, what color do we use? And I feel like, I mean, white seems like the obvious choice. We could go with a nice inverted gray to match the ceiling, though. Or orange might look good with the floor. They all have an EMC value, so we could pretty much try any of them. Oh, the blue one is expensive. We could pretty much try any of them, though. You just need glass panes, a redstone torch, and white Illumar, which is, looks like glowstone, and then whatever color we want to use. Making the best of a bad situation. This isn't what we wanted to do today. But we're doing what we do, what we can when we're stuck here waiting anyway. Inverted lamp. We can make 5 of those bad boys. And we can put them down here in place of those. And those are nice and bright. And they almost look like glowing marble. In fact, if we wanted to use them around the perimeter... Oh, that looks pretty decent. But what we could do, I was thinking, is because the glass, you know, we could put this underneath there. I'm just not sure how that would look from the outside of the house. But then again, the whole house is going to be surrounded in the future with grass anyway. So what's the best way to break one of these? Like that, I guess. So if we broke all of those and we did this, and we backfill all that. Okay. I kind of like it. This will add the sort of bonus effect of lighting up the outside as well. Let's see how that looks from outside. Okay, let's tap F7, and we'll break these torches just to confirm. Yeah, the light's coming out the bottom of the windows. It's lighting this all up. Looks pretty good from a distance. I want to see it again, though, when it's completely dark. Right, got the whole house done now with the glowing blocks. It's not going to work on the inside, you know, when we get too far away from the walls. I'll have to come up with another solution. I don't know about running this all the way along. Again, the orange ones, I don't know. Do those look pretty close in color? Because they kind of do to me. At least enough that this, which is actually a light brown ceramic block and not a lamp. Let me get back to that. These two, they don't look so dissimilar to me that it would be distracting. I think it might work. Alternatively, we just have like a white path down the middle. That's our other option. But oh gosh, we're more than ready to go here. So at long last, we can create our final block of steel. And I'm actually going to leave all that running over there, because we might need more steel in the future. But for now, we need pistons, diamonds, and more steel. How about that? As well as 10 plates? Metal rolling. Oh gosh, of course. So we have 2 different options. We have a powered rolling machine, although I don't know what type of power it uses. If it's EU, that would probably be okay, but I think we can use a manual one for right now, assuming manual means I just put items in and it gives me the items I want. That will require us to build using a stone gear and bronze ingots, a bronze gear, and of course I got enough to make so many of these, but we only ever needed 1. And then from there, we will combine it with 4 pistons and a crafting table to get our manual rolling machine. And we're going to set this down over here with the rest of this stuff because it's part of a related mod. Alright, yeah, it looks like we just put things in there. And specifically what we're putting in there is a bit of steel ingot. Well, hold on, no, this is crafting. So we're trying to get 10 plates, so 4, 10. This all feels way too simple. Click to craft. It's just happening. Alright. Well, that's 10 plating done. Maybe make a bit more just in case. Can it be shapeless? It is not shapeless, but it looks like it doesn't matter where you actually put them in the crafting grid. So that's our metal plating. Next up, we will need a charge coil, which is going to be iron plates. I can guess how those are going to be built. And then copper inside of the rolling machine to get the small charge wire spool. None of us thought we were going to be getting a railcraft tutorial today. None of us thought we were going to be doing anything railcraft related, but that's the funny thing about life, isn't it? Sometimes it's just unexpected. So it looks like if we add a whole bunch of items in there, it'll automatically keep making more, which is pretty useful. Seeing now that the rolling machine has an EMC value, I propose we get another rolling machine. Maybe 2 more. So we'll have this one making just bakoodles of this stuff. Oh. Oh, now I see what it means by manual. It means that if I look away... Right. It sort of defeats the purpose of having 2 of them. But then, ironically, in order to build the powered one, we have to have this charge motor. Like we're trying to build for... Yeah, okay. So now we have the iron plating and the small charge wire spools that we needed to get the charge coil. now we need to get a charge terminal, which is going to require that we have brass ingots. Now, brass ingots looks like we can make those by using zinc and copper. I always thought that brass was just tin and copper. Same as bronze, but in different, like a different consistency. More tin, less copper. Maybe you can also make it with zinc, or maybe it's always been made with zinc. The real question is, have we ever found zinc before? Oh, no. Zinc ore. How much do you want to bet? Oh, zinc ore can be found in the end. Or the Nether. At least it seems to be... Oh. Oh no, it's not plentiful there. I just wanted to build a big battery. That's all I wanted to do today. I just wanted to build a big battery. Why won't you let me build a big battery? We go through all this effort. We're so close to building a rock crusher. And you're telling me that I can't build a rock crusher because brass requires zinc. Poor zinc ore is a thing. Apparently. Somewhere. To be fair, I did misspell zinc a minute ago. I spelled it with a, Okay, well... K or C. We don't have any that I can see. What if we just go to the Nether and we just find some? What then? I just wanted to make a big battery. I thought it would be fun. I happened to get home from work early today. I sat down to record at 5. It is now 8:53. So we're looking for this. That's what we're looking for. And it does look like our best bets are going to be around Y13. So I've sort of come over here to separate myself from any potential pigmen. And we're going to start digging down. Wow, that just blew up. Oh my gosh! It's a Christmas miracle! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, everyone! It's September. Santa Claus is still on vacation. Let's get out of here. That place is so freaky. Just before I do anything with these, I want to smelt it? That's what I want to do with it? Okay, you're the boss, I guess. I don't know, it feels weird. I will smelt my 2 zinc ores. Wow, we've got a lot of ingots. While those cook up, let's go see how much EMC that gets us. What are we sitting at right now? 484? 677. Okay. More gold would have been better. Okay, we've got our zinc ores now. Can we put those through a macerator? No, we can only smelt them, but they do have an EMC value. I'm so cautious right now with these, because they're the thing that's keeping me going right now. The fact that we found these, that's all that's keeping me in there right now. Alrighty. Copper. Zinc. Brass ingots. We made way too many, way more than what we need. So we need at least a single plate, if you wouldn't mind. Put that across there, put that on... that's the exact opposite. I did just even say that we would need a single one, and then I did that like a silly goober. I think that's everything we need now. We just need to get the diamonds and the pistons. So let's grab the pistons first, get a stack of those, and we will get the diamonds next and get a stack of those. We really don't need that many. So we can put all that together to get our charge motor. Oh, wait a minute, we will need 3 of them. Well, let's just make 1 for now, and then feel like we have a slight, small sense of accomplishment. And then remember that actually we have everything we need for these. So 2 more of those. I started recording at about 5:30, and I'm not done yet, because I decided to do something very simple. I'd built a quarry, and I thought, you know what, we'll tack on a big battery to the end of it. So the quarry was done in like 40 minutes. The big battery? Oh no. Turns out we're going to need some sort of weird alloy that has a 0.01% chance of spawning. Okay. Alternatively, we can build this whole big contraption to manufacture it. And I was like, well, let's just go see if we can find it. We couldn't. So I built this entire massive manufacturing facility, which is still not finished because the last piece requires a different rare element that... At this point, I'm just sort of anticipating something else going horribly wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you ever just find yourself in that position where you just realize, this can't possibly go right? Nothing else has, so naturally something else has got to fail right before our eyes. But it looks like we ran out of diamonds and pistons? I was gonna say, I think not. I got out a stack of the darn things. Which actually we should probably put back. Because carrying around that many diamonds is a recipe for disaster. Okay, well, we've got our rock crusher now. We'll set that down right here. So it was 2 high, 3 wide, and 2 in depth. And then what did we want to do here again? Blaze rod! And we're only getting a 50% chance here, but you know what? We can get as much blaze rod as we need to. Now, I do wonder how this thing is powered. Does it require coal coke of some kind? Hello? Hello? How do you work? Hello? Is this the one that I need to jump on? I remember that being a thing in some pack on some machine, but that cannot be right. The wiki says that it runs off of redstone flux, which we can get using this here engine. Well, it certainly doesn't look like it's hooking up. Yeah, no part of this thing wants to hook up to power. It seems incredibly unlikely. Yeah. No, I didn't think so. I am looking at pictures on the internet of this thing hooking up to kinesis pipes, and just no. No. Why are you the way that you are? Why are you like this? I don't know if I care. I don't think that I do. I don't think that I care anymore. I don't think that I care about the battery anymore. I don't care anymore. I go outside my secret door, and I'm gonna go into my... Yeah, I'm fine. We don't take fall damage with Swift Wolf Rending Gale, so I'm okay. Just down here, looking at the one thing that is working for us. Well, folks, I think that that's gonna do it for today. Did we get where we wanted to go? No. But we did a lot of really cool stuff along the way. We got a bunch of steel ingots now. We got a bunch of coal coke. We got a bunch of creosote oil. We built a rolling machine. We did this really cool thing with the laser and the assembly table. Automated some buildcraft pipes. That'll be handy in the future. We've done a lot of really cool things. All I can think about now is how I could have spent all of that time instead building a system to automate what's coming out of the quarry being turned into useful objects, which is a plan for the future. But not next episode, folks, because as promised, next episode, we will be looking at ways to automate the generation of EMC. Some ways that are officially supported, and some ways that are a little bit hacked together. Alright, I tweaked the sorting over here based on some things that I saw in this chest that should not be there. Looks like we're doing good. We've got 5 Aeternalis fuel. I mean, we just put what would have been... There's the starting 6, and then we got to 12 and I boosted it, and then I added some more just now, so we're at... we're at 18 invested, and we've gotten 5 out of it so far. But once we get a little bit lower, and also once we start processing the ores, that's when we'll start making progress. We also have this really cool room with the terrible hidden door that doesn't quite look right. But does work, to be fair. This works a little bit better. Oh, we built the cool lamps, too? I mean, really, we got some neat stuff done. I want to see that from outside. Okay, the torches on the roof are still terrible. I need to do something about that. Well, the house looks great aside from that. I like the lighting. Until next time, folks, thank you all for watching. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you later. Bye!